What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Diaz Traveling Show. We're on episode number 15, and we are finishing our time off in Mexico. Now, I know a lot of people get off to Mexico, and it's a fantastic place to go. We ended up going here because it was one of the only places at the time that was really open to tourists without having to do all the testing, without a lot of paperwork, and was relatively easy to get into, so that's kind of why we chose to go there. For us, this was also a really good time to take a bit of a break. We've been traveling so much in such a short time, going to a lot of different countries, and even in those countries, going to a lot of different cities, and we were constantly on the move. So being here was a bit of a reprieve from that whole daunting experience of packing your bag and always moving and always going. So this was actually a good time for us to recharge our batteries and to actually warm up, because we were coming back from Canada, coming back from Calgary. It was pretty cold, and so we were able to escape that bitterness of the cold and enjoy some of the warmth in the sun and at night, because it was super warm there and we didn't have a lot planned. So it was a good time just to kind of relax and get reacquainted with some of our routines, like Dominic's school, us just kind of getting out and enjoying the sights without having to feel like we were in a rush to complete something. And we just kind of did things in stride and took them as they came to us. On top of this, we had a lot of free time, which gave us the chance to let Dom do a lot of the schooling, catch up with a lot of things that we didn't get to do in other countries. And from there, the evenings were pretty much open, so we were able to kind of go explore and go to different restaurants, and things were actually quite cheap. And I know people say that things are cheap in Mexico. They are significantly cheaper than Canada. And yeah, we got to go out. We got to partake in some of the festivities that we saw along the main strips. And again, the eating was a fantastic part of being here in Mexico, because it's so cheap and it's so good. Having so much free time, as well as a pool at the place we were staying at, also gave us a chance for Dom to get in there and actually really learn how to swim and to be pretty self-sufficient in the pool, which was fantastic. So that was phenomenal for him to be able to get to do that pretty much daily. All right, you ready to go? Let's go, Aquaman. Good job. Being in an Airbnb also allowed us to kind of explore kind of authentic Mexico, if you can. I know it's kind of hard in a very tourist-driven city like Puerto Vallarta, but we did manage to get out kind of the main tourist area, explore, and see kind of how people were living, because that's really what strikes our curiosity, to kind of see how people live in different countries, because it's really fascinating and interesting. And we also got a chance to meet some of the locals, which I think Donna was really keen on. And I know that's going to be her most fond memory of our trip here. It's pretty obvious to see why people want to come to Mexico. It's inexpensive to eat, drink, to partake in all the activities that are around. There's a lot of vibe and energy going around. In Puerto Vallarta, it did feel like there were a lot more older couples there, a lot of retirees, pensioners, or what have you. And we were more feeling in line with them as we get older. And it was great for kids too. And it wasn't as much, maybe just the time that we were there, but it didn't seem like everyone was partying, because I know last time I was in Mexico, it was in Mazatlan, and I know places like Cancun. There's a lot younger vibe there, and people are out to get trashed, get hammered, and just party. We did see that a bit with the older crowd here, but not to the point where it was almost obnoxious. So that was kind of nice coming to Puerto Vallarta, because we did meet some cool people. We met another family from Edmonton, of all places. Now, don't let that fool you. They were actually pretty cool. I'm just kidding. We love people from Edmonton. They're some of our favorite people. It's such an awesome family, and we're going to keep in touch with them. So that was kind of cool. It just shows that our partying is slightly different than it used to be in our younger days. So that pretty much wraps up our trip here in Mexico. And yeah, it was a fantastic time. It was nice to get out of the cold and enjoy some of the warm sunshine and the beaches. Would we come back here? Absolutely. Probably do one of those all-inclusives next time, just so we don't have to worry about cooking and kind of having to clean and go get all our groceries. And we can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sun. So that concludes our trip. And please stay with us, guys, because we are moving onward and upward. Stay with us as we venture on into this world and see what's out there. So until then, stay tuned and stay safe.